Hi, I'm Steve Fogelman with Fogelman Soul Alignment, and I'm talking today. I'm going to be sharing my self-love journey of how I got to be where I am or where I feel I'm at, that I notice I have been healed in many areas. And I know that many want to know, what does that healing feel like? How will I know when I'm healed? And so I'm here to give you one man's perspective on what that journey was. And so I knew I was on some kind of path of enlightenment. I guess at least the last 8 years I was experiencing ascension symptoms. It's been really rough. It's been very rough years, and then in 2019, my dog Mosey died, and he was my life. Just like everything was always thought about him, having to walk him. What's the weather going to be? What am I going to need to wear? And when I walk him later in the storm, and all of a sudden, I didn't have that, and I was devastated. And so, in looking for ways to grieve, what did I do? Well, I had a doggy. I had a photo book made of Mosey, and I started journaling, writing, and that stuff's really sad to read. That I can't really look back on that because. But I was also doing guided meditations focusing on self-love. I had noticed that sort of was something that needed to be addressed. And I guess so for several months I was listening to all these different guided meditations and just focusing innerly on self-love. And so that was May 2019. And so I really didn't start to feel good or better for at least 6 months, I guess, till that winter. And like I couldn't go out and do stuff. I just felt really bad, like somewhere in one of my chakras was hurting. And all I could watch was reruns of Will and Grace. Like for 6 months, I only watched Will and Grace. So I know all the episodes by heart. And anyway, so then I started looking for a job, and I thought I wanted to be a personal assistant because I had done that very early in my career. And there was some fun things about that. And so I put together a resume. And so I'm looking for a job that I don't really want. And then the pandemic hit. And it was like, it was exactly what I wanted, what I needed, was doing nothing all day to be socially acceptable. Because really, I just needed to do nothing and have no obligations, but you have family and society obligations just for being, and this knocked them off. And I understood then, actually feeling sort of outcast for most of my life as an outsider, I guess, not necessarily outcast, but I felt connected to the world for the first time ever. Like I felt that unity, and I guess that was what sort of caused more of the awakening, and just understanding what was going on. So at this time, I was also going through coaching training. So I guess, and part of the coaching training is you get coached. So you get coached by your buddies or classmates, even when you're practicing on some other people. And so I think part of it was the coaching um, made me focus deeper on some things and interests and understandings. So through that, through some of the process of understanding, that was where I saw the issues of control um, pop up in my life, or causing me to not feel good. Um, and maybe you're like this too, that when the Amazon product is not delivered within the 2-day time frame, I'm over the moon. Not over the moon in a good way, but I would just be, where is my package? In the contract that is 2-day delivery, it has now been 3. I have been victimized. I need justice. And so now it's like the package is late, and it's like, so what? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I'm able to not connect my whole energy and being to that negative energy. So that is that you just want to let go of all that stuff. And the first step is really forgiveness. Because you have to go back and actually forgive everything that's ever happened to you, and forgive the person involved and develop that forgiveness. And then most importantly, what most people forget, I think, is that you have to forgive yourself. And so a lot of people, the ego doesn't want to forgive the self because there was nothing wrong, that was your responsibility. But so that's like an ego judgment. But if you can just let go of that and just forgive yourself for somehow being part of the situation, or you know what I mean, forgive yourself for having experienced those things, not even being a part of. Do you know what it's just, you find the more you can forgive yourself for all kinds of other things, that is a way to deeper self-love. We're talking about going beyond just getting facials and walks in the woods and burning candles. The self-care really connects to the self-love. And so that's what, I guess that's how to forgive yourself and everything around you, and especially your past. Those are some major things that I've accomplished that I think makes me in this area of self-love. And you know what? It's only going to get deeper, once you're on this journey and you discover letting things go, because you're no longer you're just in a happier state all the time, because there's nothing insignificant to annoy you. There are some things going on in the world, and I don't think that you don't have to disregard anything. But again, how you react is all that's telling you about, are you angry? Do things make you angry? I mean, there's a lot in the world that can make you angry. But I think as long as that anger is put towards some kind of positive method of change, and it's a good thing. So that's the same thing. I think though that you need to have, when you are experiencing extreme loss, that seems to be the time to start building anew. So I go to therapy. You need to talk to somebody, and so when I was in therapy when the dog died, and I had seen somewhere a phrase post-traumatic growth. So I was looking to make this a positive situation to see how I could grow. That was so part of the thing, part of aligning with your soul or finding the self-love is to want it to happen. I'm not sure if it just happens by accident,